r/AskReddit by Redmond Dtes. What is something more traumatizing than people realize? Being laid off. After it happens once, you fear for the loss of your future jobs at all times. Betrayal. You never realize how truly traumatizing that is until it happens to you. But it kills a part of you that you can't get back. Being betrayed by someone extremely close to you. It's something you'll remember forever. An infestation of any kind in your home. We had a bird mite infestation a few years ago, and it nearly ruined our lives and relationships, emotionally and financially. Horror. Overprotective upbringings. Many children live with deep-rooted self-limiting beliefs that impact their careers and lives. I'm an elementary teacher, and we are seeing the anxiety start as early as kinder and first grade that happens as a result of this. First hard thing, many of these children absolutely collapse. Unemployment and being rejected over and over for jobs. And then having the rest of society label the same people as lazy and not trying hard enough. Being an outcast socially. I read somewhere that the brain registers it as physical pain, but don't quote me on that. Losing a best friend. Hurts just as much as a romantic partner. Even worse when you never quite connect with another friend like that, and on social media seems like everyone has a bestie, and the constant reminders. Realizing your childhood wasn't as happy as you thought. Parents that doubt or deny their child's emotional experiences. It creates a narrative that you are a liar and cannot trust even your own reality. Life after cancer. People expect you to just be able to bounce back to normal and be happy from hearing you are cancer free. In reality, the fear of reoccurrence eats away at you forever. Being the least liked sibling. Not just sibling, I was also the least liked grandchild. A pet dying unexpectedly. Some people expect you to get over it instantly. Head injuries. Almost half of all homeless men studied by researchers from St. Michael's Hospital and the University of Toronto had suffered at least one traumatic brain injury in their life, and 87% of those injuries occurred before the men lost their homes. Yes, there is a connection that people living a hard life, drugs, drinking, are more likely to have a traumatic brain injury. But also, having a traumatic brain injury makes it more likely someone will start drinking and/or doing drugs. Basically, having any time of head injury increases one's risks of lots of bad things that often lead to more bad things. Edited to add. This just showed up on my Reddit main page. A new study has found that a kid who has suffered a concussion, even a mild one, is 15% less likely to go on to higher education in adulthood. It highlights the long-term impact of traumatic brain injury on learning, regardless of severity. Being in a toxic workplace. I would be reprimanded for the littlest of things, given attitude for asking a simple question or confirmation, even set up to seem like I messed up something, when in reality I found evidence that that wasn't the case. Even showed them this, and all I got was a shrug. That was 4 years ago. To this day, in any place I work at, if I'm ever called to the office for something, I immediately get nervous. It's gotten better, but there's still that tiny bit of worry that'll grip me in a chokehold sometimes. Living in constant uncertainty. When parents are just there. They give you shelter and food, they are functional and seem okay, but they just aren't really invested in their child. It's growing up in complete emotional isolation. Having someone close to you die for the first time. Receiving notice to quit from your landlord, especially in the current market. It made me physically ill with the stress of it. Pregnancy, birthing, and postpartum. Heartbreak. I think some people believe that it isn't that big of a deal, and maybe in some cases it isn't. But when you put your faith and trust into someone, and they go cold and indifferent on you when you're trying to show up, that can destroy you. I think people don't realize how powerful their words and actions are. Like, you may think it's fine to be rude and angry, but that may stick with someone for a long time. I remember being made fun of for dancing in 8th grade by a boy, and a bunch of kids laughed at me, and I still struggle with it. Mild sexual molestation. By which I mean a squeezed bum, or someone grabbing your boob over clothes, or brushing your crotch over clothes. My oldest kid recently confided in us that she was groped by a distant family member several years ago. She was 9 years old. Now a lot of stuff makes sense. Her depression, self-harming, high anxiety, and refusing to hug me or her dad anymore. If I ever see that guy again, I'll kill him. And before anyone asks, yes, she is in therapy, and yes, we've been to the police. That's currently in motion. We are also outing him to the whole extended family, and they can do with that what they will. Being a first responder. Those people regularly see and hear things, awful things, that most never experience. Realizing your blood relatives are nothing more than individuals with similar genes. They do not automatically comprise a family, and they can be more cruel than strangers, because they know how to hurt you. Being a victim of bad childhood or teenage bullying, and the mental effects it can have on a child later in life into adulthood. People talk about the serious effects of child abuse by parents and domestic abuse, and how it can negatively affect people's mental health in the future, but people seem to gloss over or trivialize bullying, which is abuse, and has shown to have bad mental health effects on its victims. Some poor kids even take their own life, because the mental effects are that bad. I never hear or see people say, it builds character, to kids who are abused by their parents, or wives abused by their husbands. But we tell kids and teenagers who are abused by bullies. As if their pain they go through isn't that bad, or somehow it's justifiable, and good for them. There have been stories, where the bullies actually have murdered their victims. Don't understand how that builds character. Loneliness, especially when everyone you interact with has happy social lives. Reading the news, and using social media, like Reddit, that heavily relies on sharing news and negative opinions, scenarios, photos, etc. It's literally damaging our psyches, because we are not meant to be under constant bombardment of mostly negative information. My therapist told me that she is convinced that taking a few weeks, maybe even months off being online, would vastly improve the mental health of most of her patients. I listened to her, and now I often take media breaks. Sometimes I just disappear for a weekend, sometimes for longer. The effect on my mental health is almost immediate and very noticeable. Lockdown drills in school. While labeled as drills, the what-ifs are constant. The drills with fake intruders actually trying to get in the room are the worst. And am I really expected to take a bullet for the kids? That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening. Tell your friends about me.